All right, this is a slightly different formatting of question. The current SAT, they give us a line reference. We have to go to that line. Here, they're just like, here, we're highlighting it for you. We're underlining it. It should be obvious where to look. So that's good. It makes it easier to just kind of understand what our task is. We don't have to do all that searching. So we're going to go to this line. We obviously do need to read the entire paragraph because they're saying, like, what is the purpose of this? It sets up the rest of the thing somehow. What is it doing? So when we read, try not to focus on details. Try to just general sense, dumb summaries of what's going on, right? Dumb summary. What is going on in these next few lines? The stranger still stood in the exact middle of the cottage where he had first planted himself. His singularity impelled a closer scrutiny. And I just want to make it clear, too, I'm not going to try to understand that sentence. The question isn't about that sentence. It's about the next few sentences, right? What is that sentence setting up? So I'm not going to try to understand what it means. It's weird vocab. I don't get it. So I don't care. Just keep going. A lean, gloomy figure, his hair dark and lank, mattedly streaked over his brow. His sunken pitfalls of eyes were ringed by indigo halos and played with an innocuous sort of lightning, the gleam without the bolt. The whole man was dripping. He stood in a puddle on the bare oak floor, his strange walking stick vertically resting at his side. I don't understand half of what they're trying to say. Eyes were ringed by indigo halos? I guess like the dark circles like I've got? I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. But I do know if I could summarize this in one word, it's a description. I don't understand the individual descriptive words they're using, but they're describing the guy. So what choice is going to sound like a description? Choice A. It sets up the character description presented in the sentences that follow. That sounds pretty darn good. So let's make sure, but that's pretty much our dumb summary. B. It establishes a contrast with the description in the previous sentence. I don't think so. He's standing somewhere, and now we're looking at him? What's the contrast? No. Don't complicate things. This is why we use dumb summaries. Is the dumb version of what you read is almost certainly like the right version. Don't add details. Don't imagine situations that aren't there. C, it elaborates on the previous sentence description of the character. Well, no, it doesn't say anything. I mean, it's just saying we should look at him. Closer scrutiny just means look closer. So it doesn't do that. Even if you were tempted, again, A is much more close to what we kind of as summarized ourselves. D, it introduces the setting. No. That is described in the sentence that follow. No. A setting is like where something takes place. This is nothing about a location. So it's definitely A. We should have known that. Now, you got to read every choice. You can't just jump to the first conclusion you find. But here, you should have been pretty sure that A was going to be the right answer. Definitely helps to not get bogged down in the details, because it does seem like the new SAT is going to continue to give you kind of some old-timey phrases, some weirder things that you're just not used to, but it's not about the individual meanings of those things. It's the broader stuff, and you might have trouble with individual moments where a hard vocab word or a confusing sentence just kind of gets in the way. But if something is a main idea, it is a repeated idea. You're not going to have to like hinge everything on that one word. It's going to come up again and again and again. So you might not understand one or two times, but the 3 or 4, you'll get it, and you'll see, oh, this is a description. It's just keep it simple, and you'll be fine.